Hi guys, not sure why Keir Starmer conducts interviews with the scum, as they usually treat him with nothing but contempt when they're discussing the Prime Minister when he's not in the room. Anyway, Harry Cole, the Boris Johnson sycophant, asked Starmer about a US trade deal following the news that the Prime Minister is expected to meet with the new president in a few weeks' time. Then he suggested that the UK needed to pick a side when it came to Europe versus the US.
On the other side of the pond, though, Donald Trump arriving in about 34 days' time, I think it is now. He's not going to be, you say you want to get more trade deals around the world. What about the big one? Is it a trade deal with the United States of interest to Prime Minister Keir Starmer in his first term?
Yes.
Yes?
Of course
so
it is.
We're going to reopen trade talks with the United States?
Yes, we want to have talks with the US about that. Of course we do.
Is that secondary to your EU reset?
I don't think it's an either or.
Kind of is, though, isn't it?
No, I mean, this is put to me a number of times, but
mainly by me. Yeah.
Churchill didn't say it's either US or Europe. He said
if you're dynamically aligning
same with Attlee, and yeah, we've got to get the balance right.
If you're going closer to the EU, what's the point? What's the interest of the United States to do a trade deal?
Well, look, we're early stage of any negotiations, but of course I want to ensure that we've got good trading arrangements with the US and a deal with the US.
So trade talks under Keir Starmer with Donald Trump.
Yes, we will want to have those talks.
Here first. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't depend on Keir Starmer. It depends on Keir Starmer and Donald Trump. Because if Donald Trump doesn't want to play ball, then there won't be any trade deal. But Starmer answered this pretty well. He didn't say we're going to have a trade deal. He said we're going to have talks, or we're going to try and have talks. I'm open to having talks with Donald Trump. And that's the perfect response. What's wrong with having a discussion with the new US president about possible improved trade links or better trade conditions for the UK with the US? There's nothing wrong with that. That's different from a trade deal. Because if the UK signs a trade deal which requires the UK to lower its standards, then that's going to be a problem with the EU. So the UK can sign trade deals with whoever it wants. It comes to alignment with EU standards. If the UK goes in the direction of US standards, then that's going to be a big problem for UK businesses, and especially when it comes to Northern Ireland. But Starmer's not saying that. All he's saying is, yeah, I want to have a discussion with Donald Trump about trade. Let's try and improve the situation. Nothing wrong with that. But that's different from signing a trade deal. There are other ways that a trade deal with the US would be pretty bad away from standards. For example, the NHS would likely be up for grabs. Hormone-treated beef and other such products would be coming into the UK, which of course would be damaging UK farming. So that's not something that Starmer would probably want to go along with. So I think at the moment it's all just talk, and it will remain talk for the next number of years. A trade deal would take a long time to negotiate, and once again, it won't be a negotiation between Keir Starmer and Donald Trump. There are people hired to do these negotiations. But I'm of the mind that Starmer wants to have a better relationship with Europe. Donald Trump is going to be there for 4 years, but the UK's relationship with the EU, well, is a long-term one. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.